Greetings world, 'tis I, Andrew, the bearded lady from Hairy Game Lords. For Zatu Games, I want to do a little bit more of a closer look at what is inside Men at Work. Yes, you may have seen that I have done an unboxing, but I wanted to show you what the pieces look like, what the box looks like when everything has been unpacked, sorted out, and put in its rightful place. Ooh, you are in for a treat. Now I have already opened this and I have unpacked all of the pieces, but it is just so beautiful inside here that I wanted to show you. Everything has its place. This is how a box should look when it's ready to go. Other publishers could learn a lot from Pretzel Games on this. So, here we go. Fantastic. Look at the order in there. It's brilliant. Now, just something to note is, as you can see, there is no board. And so if this was to be stored on its side, or if you were to hold it and to flip it over to look at what was on the back, then when you open it up, it would not look like this at all. I have learnt the hard way. But this is a box to be stored flat, and then you get this beautiful appearance when you open it. So everything has its place. You have the meeple with their hard hats, which do come off, and that becomes, well, that can be quite tricky when playing the game. I've seen a game before where somebody went in to and held the meeple like this, and of course the meeple fell off. They were just holding the hat and it brought down the structure, and of course they lost. So you've got the place there for all the meeples. They line in so nicely. Then you have the girders, and all of these wooden girders in here. I think there are, if I remember correctly, maybe there's 4 colours. I can't quite remember. I think there's 4 colours, and I think there's something like 8 of each of those colours. Then you've got this crane here. Now this cardboard crane. And again, just look at the way that the inlay is laid out. So when it comes to fitting this back in, it just works perfectly. Even the little area there for the hook. This is to, when it's your go, you've got this in your hand and you just kind of can pull out any stuff that's fallen. Because of course, you have to clear up the mess that somebody else has made. And in clearing up that mess, you could knock something else off, and therefore you could also lose a certificate. And so that fits in. Look again, just really, really nicely fits in there. What else is there in this really, really well laid out box? So you've got the bricks. These are little fiddly bricks, which, when it comes to placing these on your structures, that can cost you a certificate. Even more so when you have to place it on the shoulders of one of your meeple workmen. There are beams, again, very easy to fall on the floor. So again, these can have a tendency of just rolling off the shoulders of the workmen and causing things to happen. And then you have your supports here. Again, all of these components are a nice wood finish to them, and these are the supports that you will add things to. It's great stuff. If you were wondering where each of these go, actually in the bottom of the insert it tells you. Genius. So you've said a few times, those of you that aren't familiar with the game, you've heard me say a few times about losing certificates. So if, as you're building the structure, something falls, then your go finishes and you lose a certificate. And here are the safety certificates. Every player starts off with 3 of these. And once you have lost all 3 through things falling on your goes, then obviously you're out of the game. Then there are these here. These are the Employer of the Month things, and this is another way of winning. So you can either be the last person standing, so the person with the only person left with safety certificates, or you can acquire enough Employer of the Month, kind of like rosettes, to win the game. And the number depends on how many people are playing, and how you get that is by placing your whatever it is that you have to play down, you've placed it the highest. Here are the cards, and what sort of little clever mechanism here on the cards, so they seem to be all back to front. Yeah, good one. Let's just do this. Okay, there we go. So what you will do is you will flip over the card, and whatever's on the... So as you can see here, we have a work helmet, and we have 2 different coloured gloves. So we choose on here, so this means a workman, and what you've got to do is you've got to put them close to the edge. So close to the edge of one of these coloured girders, and it has to be either on a purple or a white. Brilliant. The next one would be a girder. It has to be a purple or a white, and it says on here that it has to touch the same colour. So it has to either, a purple has to touch a purple, or a white has to touch a white. And that is how you build the structure up, so on and so forth. If you have placed, after a certain point when the manager comes out, I can't find, of course I can't find the card right now, but basically there is, here she is. When the manager is on site, from that point onwards, if you are to place your piece, whether that is a girder or whether it is a workman, and it's the highest piece in the game, then you get a rosette for the Employer of the Month. Really, really simple to play and beautiful. Well, just it's beautifully laid out in the box and so much fun to play. Just nestled under here is this little plastic stand thing that fits nicely, that your crane nicely fits into. Again, just everything has been thought of here, and so your crane can stand up. This is for a little bit more of an advanced level. The crane takes a place in the centre of the construction, and you can build onto it or through it, which creates a little bit more fun and strategy. But look at that, everything has its place in this fantastic box. I cannot recommend this game enough. Well worth getting, and of course Zatu are rocking out a fantastic price for it. So check it out and get involved. This is a closer look inside the box of Men at Work from Pretzel Games. Thank you.